What's up, my friends? Bruce Lund, founder, director of 90 Day Sales Manager. Thank you so much for downloading our Fight Club follow-up. We've all heard the fortune is always in the follow-up, and I completely agree with that. When I first got started in business, I didn't have a follow-up system. It was random. It was sporadic. I would let things fall through the cracks. And what I've learned is sales is a game of probability. All I'm trying to do is increase the probability of me earning the business from people. And so that's why I developed a 10-touch follow-up system, a touch with value every single time to move the needle in their life, to basically increase the probability that something good will happen. And am I going to win every single deal? Absolutely not. Some will, some won't, so what? But the point is, I basically break this down into two different categories. I have my help list follow-up and I have my Fight Club follow-up. My help list tied to our selling system is basically any new person, any new lead that I get in there. I'm just trying to get in front of them for the very first time and explain to them how I can help them, explain to them my story, all these different kinds of things. The second type of follow-up for new business is the Fight Club follow-up. And that's what I want to talk with you about today is the Fight Club follow-up, because anybody that's worth following up, anybody that's worth earning their business, big time producers and performers and clients, especially for the long term, it's going to take time. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take you to follow up with them consistently to show your value with them. And so that's what I want to walk through with you is a Fight Club system. And really, it starts with a mindset. There's a Fight Club mindset. I'm fighting to earn the business. I always get fired up just talking about this because when I know I can help somebody and they fit my filter and they're a motivated buyer and they're going to use somebody, I'm just as good as or better than anybody else out there. It's my duty, my obligation as a sales professional to fight to earn the business. And so I would much rather miss out or lose out on deals because I'm overly aggressive, because I'm fighting, because I'm showing them that I'm a true sales professional, because I truly believe in my heart of hearts that I'm just as good, if not better than anybody else. I'm basically selling my energy and my confidence and my conviction that I can solve their problems better than anybody else out there. Okay. So that's where I developed that touch with value. Why do I call it a touch with value? Most people in sales, and I can say this because I've been there, are bad at following up with value. And it sounds something like this instead. This is the amateur way. Hey, just checking in with you. Can I answer any more questions? Right? You're on my list of people to call today. My personal favorite, the creepiest that I've ever used, and I have used this myself, unfortunately, is I woke up today thinking about you. How weird is that one, right? So we've all used these bad ways of following up. And so that's why I created a high touch, high frequency, a 10-touch follow-up system, a touch with value every single time. And I have this built into my CRM. This is a personalized touch. This isn't a drip campaign, but this is really my way to stay top of mind. So every single day in my planner, I write down these different folks that are in my Fight Club that I'm fighting to earn the business. And so you don't have to follow this to a T. I'm just giving you a blueprint. I'm giving you a guideline that you could use to go out there and follow up and touch with value. Number one, after the first meeting. So again, they fit my filter. I know I can help them. They're going to use somebody or they're already using somebody. Therefore, I'm going to fight to earn the business. And so the first video or the first follow-up touch is either a video, an email, a text, a Facebook message. I prefer a video just like this co-video. I'll send a video that basically says, hey, I love your energy. Thank you for sharing my beliefs. So therefore, you need to have a belief statement. Mine is trained people will always outperform untrained people. So thank you for sharing my beliefs. I love spending time with talented people. This is how I know I can help you. And just be quick and to the point, guys. It should be 45 seconds to 90 seconds, no longer than that. If you don't like doing videos, then it should just be a 2 to 3 second, 2 to 3 paragraph email or text that just basically says, thank you for sharing my beliefs. Love your energy. Thank you for meeting with me. This is how I know I can help you. And then step number 2 then is I'll actually send them some type of content specific thing. All right. So touch number 2, that's where I love creating my own content every single week. I have newsletter and stuff like that. So I have a library of content that I can then send to them that's specific to their situation. If you don't have your own content, this is where you might have to borrow from somebody else. But the reason I love to create my own content is because it shows that I'm an authoritative figure in the industry. It shows that I'm an expert. People do business with those they know, like, trust, but the fourth part is respect. So when I can show them why I'm an expert, I can show them who I've done it for and build all these different things. Now I'm immediately an expert for that person. Okay. So I might send them a copy of my book. I might send them my planner. I might send them an article that I've written that's specific to their situation. It's the same thing in your business. If you start creating a content library that shows why you're an expert, you can say, hey, I did a video about this 6 months ago, and this is why I'm an expert in this area. Now it builds that credibility for you. Okay. I know a lot of people, you might just do a card here. I would just stretch you to think a little bit bigger, a little bit differently for this second touch. Go a little bit bigger, that touch with value. The third touch then is a personal trigger. And so this is where I want to know what they're doing. I might friend them on Facebook. I want to know what their common interests and hobbies and their family and all these different kinds of things. Because if I like doing business with people that are like-minded, that have social identity, we have shared identity and common interests. So therefore, let's say I love baseball, and I'm at a baseball game, at a rooftop or whatever it is. I might take a picture. Hey, why are you not here? I wish you were here. Or I might meet somebody that we have interests, common friends with. I might take a picture with them. Might go hiking. I might do rooftop bars. There's a lot of different things that I love to do. And so therefore I want to know that they enjoy doing those same things. And then I'll send them that picture. Guys, my response rate for my personal triggers is really high. And here's the point of a trigger. At that very moment, anything that triggers you to think about that person in that moment, that's when you want to send it to them. Okay. So again, these are all personalized touches, but you can build it into your CRM as automated reminders for you to really send them these different things in order. The fourth type of touch that I do is a business trigger. So this is where I might be with a client that's just like them, or out doing something in the industry that makes me think about them. And I'll say, hey, I'm out with this client that's just like you. I just help them do X, Y, Z. Let's do the same thing with you. Let's get back face to face. And so that's really that call to action to get back face to face and create that momentum for them to stay top of mind. Now, the best time to close business is face to face. So that's touch number 5 is I want to get back face to face with them. All right. I want to get back face to face and just say, what's stopping us from getting started? Right. I know that we can help you. I know that you want to go do this. I'm a big believer in the power of taking action and momentum. And so I just kind of rekindled that first flame, that first spirit that we had when we first met with each other. Okay. Now, if I still cannot close after the 5th touch, the face to face, the 6th touch, like during the meeting, I'll basically say, would you mind if I introduced you to somebody just like you? It could be a new client. It could be a past client. It could be an advocate. Would it help if you talk to somebody just like you that went through this process? Okay. Most of the time they're going to say yes. Now, the important part of this one is you need to have people that know you, like you, trust you. You need to have promoters and advocates that are drinking your Kool-Aid in order to make this introduction. Okay. So that one, I'll basically reach out to people that are already in my funnel or my database that are my big advocates. And I'll say, hey, would you mind talking to this person? This is their big objection and this is how you can overcome that. Okay. Or you might send them a testimonial. You might have video testimonials. You might have success stories on your library, whatever that is, but you can send them 2 or 3 specific people just like that. Guys, if we've done all these different things now in a 30 to 60 to 90 day window, by touch number 7, I just have to challenge them. There's a book called The Challenger Sale, and it basically says this. Like, a lot of us think relationship builders are king, and we get caught in the friend zone, and we can't get people to move to take action. We can't earn their business. Again, know, like, trust, but also respect. So when I know I'm good at what I do, and I'm like, that's the challenger mindset, is I'm an educator. And for me as a professor, a former professor, I used to have to challenge my students all the time. Like, I know I have the best interest out for you. I need to have this crucial conversation with you. What's stopping us from really getting started? And so that's the question I'll ask them. What is really stopping us from getting started? And at that very moment, they're going to tell me either a true excuse or an objection. Okay. Now, at that point, I should already probably know what's coming if I'm really good at sales. So I either overcome that objection, which is hopefully what happens with you, or identify it as an excuse. If it's an excuse, I just have to ask myself, is this person really truly worth pursuing still? Do they really fit my filter? If the answer is no, I'll just move them into my database where they get my drip campaign. If the answer is yes, but they're still 90 days to 180 days, they're 3 months to 6 months to a year away, I'll put them in my someday category. So I'm not going to be as aggressive with them. If they're still 3 months away to where I think they're going to use me, I keep them in my fight club and I just repeat this process. So I hope this helps you guys with that touch with value. Now, obviously, throughout this whole process, you're going to have calls and texts. You're going to have a lot of different other types of touches, maybe social media. You're going to like their comments and comment on their posts and all those kinds of things. But the whole process here, guys, is I want to give you an excuse, a reason to follow up, a touch with value that keeps you omnipresent. In my opinion, for big time people, when they switch and they go with somebody else, whether it's coaching or whether it's your industry, whatever that might be for you in your specific industry, it's not a matter of if their person is going to mess up. It's a matter of when. And when that happens, I want to be that go-to must-have expert. In today's world, the Fight Club mindset is this. We cut out nice-to-haves and we use must-to-haves. So this is where you become a must-have go-to person in your space. You become that go-to expert. And so if I can do these 10 touches plus some, then I'm drastically going to increase my probability of closing that business. Statistics tell me after one first meeting, most people, 80% of people go 1 week attempt. Not us, not you, not in this system. Okay. So my homework exercise for you would be to build in for your Fight Club follow-up, build in a 5-touch, a 7-touch, a 10-touch system to where it's automated, where you constantly get reminded every 3 days, every 5 days, every 7 days of hey, I need to reach out. I need to touch this person with some kind of value. All right. So hopefully the system gives you something to think about. Now, when we challenge somebody, and this is a hard problem for a lot of newer people, it's like, man, I know I should challenge them. I'm caught in the friend zone. You got to show why you're the expert. And so when you challenge people, it's not in a threatening way. And I'm not saying don't be a relationship builder, but I am saying just like with your good friends, you have to challenge people every now and then. You have to ask them, hey, haven't you noticed how hard I worked to earn your business? Has anybody else worked this hard to earn your business? What's really stopping us from getting started? And they're going to tell you either, like I said before, an excuse or an objection. Okay. Now you should already know the common 3 to 5 objections to overcome. It's either timing isn't right. It's going to be your money or fees. It's going to be your competition. I already have somebody, your experience level. And so I've given you some different things that I use, but anytime it's money or rates, I always shift to value and investment. I know this is a big investment, but I'm going to be there every step of the way. Or if it's rates, hey, I have the best service out there. I'm world class at what I do. By the end of this process, you're not going to care if you pay a little bit more of a premium for my services, because I can help you get this, this, and this. And I'm not just here for 3 months, man. I'm here for the rest of your life. Right? And I have a resource of people. I'm an expert. I have a resource of other people that can help you. Okay. Timing for me, like the timing is never going to be perfect. You can try to game the market. You can try to wait for discounts. You can try to wait for that. We can have this conversation now, or we can have it 6 months from now. Why not just take action? There's a lot of power in taking immediate action. Okay. So again, I can challenge people in a non-threatening way when it comes to this. When it comes to competition, there's a lot of great people out there. I use the Benjamin Franklin approach to selling. Whether you use this person or this person, man, there's a lot of great people that are out there. I don't need to tear other people down to build myself up. However, this is what I'm world class at doing. Okay. I already have somebody, depending on your industry, if they already have somebody, then, legally you might not be able to pursue them anymore. But for a lot of you, you can still fight to earn the business. If they already have somebody, what I'll typically say is, I would expect you to have somebody, but it never hurts to have a second opinion. Just like if I was going to go to the doctor for a major surgery, I might go visit 1 or 2 or 3 different doctors to make sure that I'm making the right decision. Or even if I'm already using somebody, I'm going to educate myself based on other people that are already out there doing it. So now I know that I've made an informed decision, or that I'm with the right person. Okay. Now, when it comes to experience and age and all these different things, I would tell you this: you can always turn a quote unquote negative into a positive. So if you don't have experience, if you're younger, if you're newer, when I first started my business, I'm 30 years old and I'm trying to compete with people who have been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years. And I didn't have $1 million brand. I had to compete on what? My energy, my conviction, my passion, my purpose. So my point to you here would be, you can turn anything into a negative, into a positive, as long as you truly believe that in your heart of hearts, you're good at what you do and you're going to deliver on a world-class experience for them. So my exercise for you here would be to write down your top 3 objections that you consistently get, and how do you immediately pivot into overcoming those objections. So again, guys, my main point with this video is, number 1, we need a system. You need a helpless follow-up system, and you need a Fight Club follow-up system, a touch with value every single dime, to drastically increase the probability of earning that business from them. And then here's the mindset. The Fight Club mindset is again, they're going to use somebody. You're really good at what you do. There's a lot of people out there who are not good at what they do. It's your duty, it's your obligation to fight to earn the business. If you wake up with that mindset every single day, then you're going to win and you're going to earn a lot of deals. And you know what? The deals that you don't earn or win, guess what? Some will, some won't. So what? Move on. It really is. I hate the saying that sales is a numbers game, but it really is a numbers game. And so that's why I need to talk to so many different people. Only 10 to 20% of people are really going to fit my filter of people I want to do business with. And when they do fit that filter, man, I'm going to be uber aggressive. So just like with you, if you've downloaded this and we have a conversation and I know I can help you, just expect me to follow up with a touch with value and just keep showing you the value. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to want to go through this full 90-day sales challenge. That's the mindset that I'm in. It should be the same mindset that you're in when it comes to your clients. It's not a matter of if you're going to use me, it's a matter of when. And so I just want to keep giving you that value, asking for the business. And eventually I'm going to earn the business. So thank you guys so much for going through it and really downloading this Fight Club follow-up system. As always, I'll leave you this way. Trained people always outperform untrained people. The largest gap in the world is the execution gap. I just gave you a blueprint. You either are going to go out there and do something with it, or you'll just let it sit and manifest and not do anything with it. So there's great power in taking action. You guys are incredibly good at what you do. You can't be afraid to challenge people. You can't be afraid to follow up. You can't be afraid to fight to earn the business.